When an athlete reaches the top of their game, they end up making boatloads of cash, with all that excess change rattling around in their pockets. One of their favorite investments is luxury cars, and sometimes they can be worth millions of dollars. Today, we're going to look at some of the most expensive cars bought by athletes. We're looking at the NFL, the UFC pro wrestler, soccer players, and many more elite athletes. They cost loads to restore, as well as a limited edition Gadi hypercar that costs Cristiano Ronaldo a pretty penny. So let's get started. With an astonishing and beaten professional record, Floyd Mayweather is often thought of as one of the best boxers of all time. With all that talent comes the big bucks. At the height of his career, it's estimated that Mayweather was bringing in $300 million per bout. He currently has an estimated net worth of $450 million a few years ago. Prior to its third and currently final retirement, Mayweather decided to legend around $4.8 million. The reason for the high cost is due to the fact that only 2 of the Trevises were ever made. The hypercar has a diamond weave carbon fiber finish. It also has a 4.8-liter V8 engine with 1,018 horsepower. It has a top speed of over 254 miles per hour. The Trevita can get from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 2.9. Decided to cash in on this vehicular investment. He put up the Trevita for sale. After some searching, the car was eventually sold for $2.6 million, which means Mayweather lost $2.2 million. One of the most famous faces in Formula One is Lewis Hamilton. He currently has 6 world championships to his name, with being that recognizable. Hamilton has a net worth. Since he works with cars for a living, you know that Hamilton would have a passion for them that crosses over into his private life. In 2012, news came out that he'd spent top dollar on a Pagani Zonda 760 LH. The LH is based on the design for the 760 RS. The RS has a 7.8-liter engine with 760 horsepower and can reach 220 miles per hour. And also still crashed his Zonda in 2015 whilst in Monaco. Later, Hamilton stated he was fatigued, which caused the incident. In later interviews, the F1 star has stated that while the Zonda is one of the most stunning cars he has, it's also one of the worst to handle, which might have been a factor in the crash. When football/soccer fans talk about the greatest players to ever grace the game, Cristiano Ronaldo's name will be in the running. This accolade has even made the Portuguese star $1 billion. In 2019, car manufacturers Gadi announced a limited edition car that's going to be released in 2021, the Gadi 112. Only 10 of these supercars will be made in the world. Shortly after the announcement, the 10 models were snapped up. According to reports, one is going to Ronaldo, and due to the rarity of the 112, Ronaldo is believed to have spent $9 million beyond being rare. 1,600 horsepower. It can reach 62 miles per hour in just 2.4 seconds. On top of this, it will have a top speed of 236 miles per hour. The 112 is inspired from the Pagani 110 that was first made in 1991. We can expect Ronaldo's 112 to have CR7 involved somewhere in the design. In June 2020, Conor McGregor announced he was retiring from fighting the mixed and lightweight divisions. As such, he currently has an estimated net worth of $120 million, with a speculated amount of $100 million coming in from just the 2017 boxing match against Floyd Mayweather. With all that cash, the Irish fighter has also dabbled with pricey cars, one of which was a Rolls-Royce Phantom drop head coupe. After winning the featherweight belt in 2015 from Jose Aldo, McGregor fancied treating himself to this luxury $133,000. Older models of the drop-head coupe were even featured during the opening ceremonies of the 2012 London Summer Olympics. McGregor's model has a 6.7-liter V12 engine with 453 horsepower. To get from 0 to 60 miles per hour, it only takes 5.6 seconds. One of the most popular supercars for athletes to get is a Lamborghini Aventador. While NBA legend LeBron James decided to get the Lamborghini dollars per year and a net worth of $480 million, you can expect James's Lamborghini Aventador Roadster to be pricey, which it is since he spent $670,000 on this special supercar. In 2013, the Roadster was custom wrapped with a floral print to match the inside of his Nike kicks. At the time, the LeBron James X1 King's Pride. The stunt was in part made along with Nike. 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.9 seconds. It also had an impressive top speed of 217 miles per hour. The Roadster also has a removable roof that consists of 2 carbon fiber panels, making this vehicle open air in a moment's notice. While nowadays Dwayne Johnson is thought of more as an actor, he originally rose to fame. Today, he sits on an estimated worth of $320 million. The now occasional WWE star has quite the car collection in his arsenal, one of which is the Pagani Wira in 2015 during the premiere for his new TV show. At the time, Ballers Johnson arrived in style with this vehicle, although he did struggle getting out of it due to his massive frame. The Wira is said to have cost The Rock $1.3 million. The gorgeous sports car has a 6 seconds in 2019. The newer model, the Pagani Wira Roadster BC, was announced, but only 40 would be made. As such, it could cost around $3.5 million to purchase. Perhaps this newer model might be on The Rock's wish list. Next up, we have one of the oldest cars to make it on the list, and it once belonged to American golfing icon Bubba Watson. The 2-time Masters tournament winner is said to have a net worth of $30 million from a sporting prowess. Watson is known to be a car lover. He purchased his own dealership. In 2016, he also purchased the General Lee car from the 80s show Dukes of Hazzard for $112,000. And 2012, one of the other cars that caught his eye is the 1939 Cadillac LaSalle Seahawk. He had it customized to his liking over the years. In 2015, Watson decided to auction it off, but not for himself. Instead, the proceeds would go to the organization Birdies for the Brave. This is a program that benefits United States Armed Forces members and their families. It was expected that Watson's Cadillac would reach around $250,000. Instead, it was sold for $410,000 altogether. The 2-time NBA champion J.R. Smith has had a glittering career as he approaches his twilight years. So much so that the LA Laker player has said to have a massive net worth of $35 million while with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Smith signed a 4-year contract in 2016 worth the 5 armored truck. These vehicles are often used in the military, not usually in Manhattan. The model first came to the public eye when it was used in 2011's film Fast 5. This 13,000-pound heavy vehicle has an 8-cylinder diesel engine with 304 horsepower. This armored vehicle, created by Teradyne, is able to withstand a lot of abuse, hence why it's used in combat situations. It's believed that the Gurk F5 would have instead. He might have been using a friend's vehicle, perhaps in order to try it out before he got his own. In 2009, Jensen Button won the Formula One World Drivers' Championship, the tippy top of the F1 world. Due to this and his many racing accolades, Button is believed to have a net worth of $150 million. And 2013, whilst racing for the McLaren team, Button decided to invest in the incredible. Button decided to put the P1 up for sale during 2018, and to make it even more tempting, the car had only done 551 miles at the time. Button made the decision since he relocated from the US from the UK. He wanted others to enjoy the hypercar. Button's P1 has a twin-turbo V8 engine with 950 horsepower. It could get to 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 2.0 seconds. The car also has an added specialized software. Believe it could go for around $2.1 million. The former NFL running back Reggie Bush seems to be a fan of classic muscle cars with an estimated net worth of $25 million and $60 million made from his American football career. Bush had the cash to indulge in what he likes, so much so that he purchased a Ford Mustang 1967 Shelby GT 500 Fastback. Bush B Mustang has a 7-liter V8 engine. It also has a 4-speed manual transmission and her shifter with no stank. Both in 1974 and the remake in 2000, the car was nicknamed Eleanor. One of the cars actually used in the 2000 film was actually sold for $1 million during 2013. Since Bush bought this beast, it's believed he plowed around $800,000 into making it as beautiful as possible. However, also in 2013, Bush decided to part with his Mustang. It went on the market with an asking price of $300,000.